I'm just going to come out and say it. CABAYE plays for Zebra now. We'll talk about it now. We've read the intro. There's lots to unpack here, viewers. There he is then, plonked right in the middle of that Juventus midfield. Xavier CABAYE has left us, but as you can see, his name is not in white, viewers. His name is in blue, as he's been loaned out. I had to get him off my mind. Now, for whatever reason, Xavier CABAYE has just never seemed to click with us at Leipzig, and again is having a poor season, and I'm not going to try and turn that round anymore, frankly. He's gone. That's right, he's not here anymore. The good bit of news, really, is they're paying me money to take him, and they're paying his wages in full. So, you know, it's gone all right as far as that's concerned. Over the course of the entire loan spell, we're probably saving a fair bit of money, a few million bits of money. So Xavier CABAYE will not be with us. Look, maybe we'll see him again at the end of the season. If we have to do a third year, maybe he'll return, maybe he'll find some form with Juve, or maybe Juve will want him and we can cash in. But either way, there's things that could maybe happen. He's not the only player to leave, though. I've done a few sales. We are now at the end of, well, at the start of February, at the end of January, and stuff has happened. I've signed people, a familiar face. The other player to leave us then is Pedro Roca, who has left us for £10 million, has gone off to a Bundesliga rival in Mönchengladbach. I just didn't really have a spot for him. I didn't really have a place for him. I didn't think he was necessarily good enough. And after being bought by Leipzig a few years ago from Dortmund, he's now moved on. And I don't really care, viewers, if I'm being completely honest. I feel nothing towards this man, and that is not his fault nor mine, I feel like. But the good news is that Luis Ricardo has come back on loan from Manchester City for the year in that problematic role that we've been trying to fill this entire time, and you can see why I'd want him back. He's, for a 20-year-old, absolutely incredible. He's actually been playing for Manchester City. He's started games for them in the Premier League this year. 10 league games started, and for some reason, they've let me have him. Thank you. Thank you very much. We've also brought in a backup left-back who could be decent in the future, but very much a backup left-back for a pretty good price and a pretty good wage per week as well. From Portugal, Sim Demidov has come from Braga for £7 million. Just going to play second fiddle to Werner Fleesener, really. But yeah, I felt like we needed cover in that area, so it was about time we went and got some. But he's all right. You know, he does a decent job, decent tackling, physically okay, technically all right, and mentally, yeah, solid. So we're happy. And then finally, I was looking at the league table, I was thinking, Schalke are doing better than they should be doing. Let's take their best midfielder. So we went and took their best midfielder. Evgeny Martinov has been brought in, another central midfielder, viewers, but losing Pedro Roca, losing CABAYE, there is space for us to maybe bring someone in and make our midfield so much better. We've got him from Schalke for £37 million. He's having a pretty good year with them. A 7.3 average rating so far this season. 7 assists, 6 Player of the Match awards. And I thought, yeah, I fancy a bit of that. So now he plays for me. Welcome, Evgeny Martinov. It's gone well, viewers. So that does probably conclude our ins and outs. And it now takes our total spend to £195 million, which is quite a lot. 78 million have gone out, and of course we'll get that money for CABAYE as well, so that makes me feel slightly better about the whole situation. Although the season so far has been interesting. We've played a few games since we last met, and let's run you through those. So of course we're coming now off the back of that Barcelona and Bayern Munich games. It was a 0-0 against Bayern. You can see our results in recent times. A 1-1 draw against Frankfurt. In fact, why this is very close together, viewers. What's going on here? Our off-season then went okay with a winter break. A 5-0 victory over Mainz, as we've changed things around a little bit. 2-0 victory over Freiburg, playing the same thing. An away game, which was a 0-0 against Hanover, very frustrating, and then a more recent 1-0 victory over Leverkusen. And the system then, well, the system has changed. You know, last episode I was like, I'm going to make this diamond work. It's going to work. I'm going to make it work. Well, I'm going to make it work by altering it slightly. This then is what we have switched to, and yeah, there are quite a few alterations in regards to our team, but you can tell, depending on how much credence you give to star ratings, you can see that our midfield now is very strong with neither CABAYE or Christel involved. And I'm making the bold decision right now, at least, right now, 3 days before we play Arminia Bielefeld, to play Christel up front alongside Victor Hugo as an advanced forward. He's just incredibly good at shooting and doing things like that, so let's let him do that more. 8 goals in 18 games from a midfield position. I want him further up the pitch, and I can let him do that now because Friss, Kleber and Martinov are all very, very accomplished central midfielders. We've obviously looked at Friss before, very, very good. Kleber, we know, is absolutely fantastic as well. So those midfield three, with Luis Ricardo in behind, It's the best midfield in the league. I'm saying it right now. It's the best midfield in the league. Oh, by the way, speaking of the league, shout out to Chelsea, who have done me a solid. Borussia Dortmund currently top of the league, 7.4 average rating for their main man, who now plays for Chelsea. So thank you, Chelsea, for taking him away. I also got money for it. So it went brilliantly, really. It then funded me being able to go out and get the Schalke midfielder. So it's gone well. You can see just how tight the top of the table is. The top 5 teams, Dortmund, Schalke, Hoffenheim, ourselves, and Hertha Berlin, any of the people Hertha Berlin, closely contesting this league campaign so far, and well, it's going to continue like that today, I would imagine. Coming up later on then, we play against Schalke as we're about to kick off 4 away games in a row, viewers. If I win any of them, I'll be happy. And also in the Europa League, we play Malmo, of course. That'll be something to focus on, but we've got to play this game against Schalke. We've got to get a cup game in there as well, of course, and let's go forward 3 days then, and let's get involved and invested in this new look squad. Thoughts, viewers? Yeah, you'll judge it based on what happens in them. Yeah, I know. So will I, to be honest, viewers. So will I. But Cabaye's gone. I think if we look back at this series at the end, we'll look back at this moment and people say, what was your worst transfer? And I will be saying, probably Xavier Cabaye. So, yeah. Have I had a worse one? I don't think I've had a worse one. Oh, yeah. Frank Kessie's a bit unhappy because he's just... that's the second worst transfer I've made in the series. So there we are. No, he would be quite good, but he had injuries which has really affected him physically, and as a result, now doesn't get in my 11. So sorry, Frank. Oh, good. My right back's got a cold. He's been getting good as well. He's been getting better. He's been having a renaissance, viewers. He's due in Roma at the end of the year, which is fair enough, but he's been getting better. I'll send him home, Marcus. I'll send him home. Tell you what, the Cabaye fan club are going to be loving this. Frisk wants a new contract. Considering he's on 37 grand a week, fair enough, mate. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to agree with this, all of it, and the release fee as well, in case I want him in the future. Basically, this league campaign is tighter than I ever thought it would be, so I'm just happy to be a part of it, to be honest. All right, let's get the boys that have just recently come in. Oh, so no, Amarilla is another one of the unlucky players who was pretty good for us last year and is now sort of our 5th best midfielder. It's a weird situation, viewers. In fact, Kessie can't even be registered. Oh, it's 3 central midfielders I've got. None of them can be registered. It's carnage back there, viewers. It is carnage. I might end up regretting that. I don't know. We'll find out in the future, won't we? So, generally speaking, the midfield now, I'm pretty happy with. Defensively, Schouten is I just look around. I just don't... It might... No. Okay. Schouten and Castillo, very much going to be my midfield partnership. Castillo's developing really, really well. So, definitely those two at the back. Fleeson on one side. We've got Marcus Paulo playing today. On the other side, Adriano in goal is slowly getting better and better. Luis Ricardo now to sit in front as the anchor man. Allows the fullbacks to go a little further forward. A lot of people suggesting wing-back should push on a little bit more, so that might just work. Someone mentioned Frisk as a supportive central midfield role. I kind of like that as well. I think what we're basically doing here with Martinov and with Frisk and with Kleber, we're giving those 3 players a chance to express themselves a little more. They've all got the good technical ability, all got good passing ability, and this sort of system allows that a little bit more. We've still got a diamond shape by playing Kleber in behind Chris Turl and Victor Hugo in that attacking advanced playmaker role, and of course we can play Chris Turl in that role as well, but Kleber can certainly do it. This is my problem, boy, right now. Chris Turl was supposed to come in the diamond and everything was just going to fix itself. That hasn't really happened. So for now, we're going to try and get the best out of him, playing him as an advanced forward. The problem we've got up front at the moment is that Chris Turl is a left-only footed player, but then again, so is Victor Hugo. So you have to basically decide. By the way, yes, he's disgustingly good as Victor Hugo. What a player this is. All right, let's get into this game then. Lots of chat, lots of transfer activity. Longer episode for you today, I would imagine, on this Friday. So let's get into it then. I'm just... Get through in the cup, then Schalke. All the focus is on Schalke. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. Boring. I've done that before, boys. Come on, I've learned that. Do I think what we're playing right now is good enough to beat that? Yes. I sounded pretty confident there as well. I sounded like I believed it, viewers, which I think is important. Kleber, free kick, played in. First big chance for us. Well, the midfielders combine as Kleber finds Frisk 10 minutes in. I've just offered him a new contract and he's rewarding me with goals. His first goal as well of the season. Kleber's free kick, really, really good. Wow, it's like a knuckleballed thingy. That was bizarre. And I absolutely love it, viewers. Absolutely love it. Come on, we just want to win this comfortably. 2 or 3-0. Get out of this place. Get back to, I was going to say get back home, but then we're travelling again to Schalke, so we can't get home. All right, Castillo does well. Finds Marcus Paulo. Back to Castillo. And we've got 5 minutes before the half. It's one of those cliches, isn't it? It's a good time to score as Schalke plays a pretty risky ball. Sorry, boss! It's all right. Carry on. You still got it. Keep focusing, my man. Keep focusing. He's on it again. Finds Luis Ricardo, and that's what you want to see from him. Kleber to Turl. Great first touch. Oh, Chris Turl. If he'd have scored it, I'd have looked like a genius, frankly, viewers. It's still 1-0 though. So far, They're not having any opportunities to do anything, which is fine with me. It's very I found it's very difficult to score if you don't have a shot, so let's keep it that way. Why did I open my mouth? Why did I open my mouth? It's their first chance. It's the first chance of the game, and Adriano has saved my bacon, viewers. All right, half-time. It's Leipzig 1. It's Arminia Bielefeld 0. It's going well. I'm actually going to get a bit assertive, though. I'm going to sound far from pleased. No, well, I am pleased, though. Apparently, I'm too nice. Again, comments. I'm getting a lot of those. You're just too nice, Ben. Sorry, yeah, I am. I'm a lovely man. Sometimes I'm far from pleased. Get out there and show me more. There you are. Are you happy now, chat? I've called you a chat. It's the streaming thing. I did a lot. April was wild. Comment section. I just remember your roots, Ben. Come on. Chris Tell on 6.5 so far. Quiet, but I just like what he offers up front. I just think the quality in the final third is maybe what we've lacked a little bit in recent seasons as Luis Ricardo picks it up, plays it out to the left-hand side. You can see fullbacks a little bit more advanced now as well, playing in this system, especially with the anchor man who sort of allows them to be a little bit more released. Luis Ricardo there, by the way. Did you see that? That was good. Frisk now. He's got his first goal of the season. He should have had a second. Kleber's corner. Ball played in and, well, ball cleared away. All right, half an hour to go. We're quite fluid in this. We've got a free kick here, though. Is this going to be Kleber? It is. Kleber's got a deadly free kick. It's not got it. How have we not scored the rebound? Baffling scenes here, viewers. We almost certainly should have scored. They've got a corner themselves now. Ball played in. They're having... Right, now 1-0 I'm not happy about. I was loving 1-0. After 10 minutes, I was going, yeah, 1-0. Look at us. Look how fancy we are. Now I'm thinking, get another one, please. Chris Tull, quiet game. We're going to experiment a bit then. I'm going to get him in behind. Shadow strikering. Let's put him right behind Victor Hugo. This might cause problems. Victor Hugo now, by the way, very much going to be a complete forward. You've seen his attributes before the game. He's exceptional. I don't know if having Chris Tull next to the rest of the midfielders will just create overloads against other teams all the time. We've got to get up and support Victor Hugo, though. This is key for us, really. I don't want to see that all too much, but if we go, now we've given it away. I don't want to see Victor Hugo being forced to do that every single time, and that's why I've sort of got Tull up ahead of him. As the press from Chris Tull's fantastic into Victor Hugo. Is there a goal? There is! Victor Hugo reacts brilliantly. 2-0, and I think this cup game is done. Really good work from Chris Tull, who won the ball back initially, and then Victor Hugo sorts us out. You can see here then Tull on this man like nobody's business. He turns, Tull takes it off him, and it's a very subtle pass into Victor Hugo. Keeper makes a decent save, but doesn't react quick enough as Victor Hugo beats him to the ball. 14th of the season for him. He's playing well. And again, we're trying to fight on all fronts here. We're trying to win this. We're trying to win the league. We're going to try and win the Europa League as well. Malmo, it's a decent first game. All right, 3 minutes to go. It looks like it's done. And I should have made changes, really, but I was just curious to see how we get on. To be honest, we should probably have rested players. Absolutely, we'll do that anyway midweek. And there we are then. Well done, lads. Good win for us in the end. 2-0. We'll take that. Hopefully the momentum as well. And bring on Schalke. Here we go. Victor Hugo wants a new contract now. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can sort that out. Minimum release fee. Yeah, just in case we want to... there's a logic behind it. Maybe I should make them smaller. Sure. Maybe I should make those release fees a lot smaller. But, you know, I'm prepared to pay for quality. And I'm prepared to put... I wish I'd done one with Diego, viewers. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, Schalke in 3 days. We're going to rest the boys up as Castillo is suspended for this. Morata can come back in, though. Him and Schalke have formed a partnership before, so they can do that, I'm sure, once again. As, hopefully we'll be ready for Schalke. All right, the quarter-final draw. Obviously, this is quite important, but Dortmund and Bayern are not in it, I just noticed there. As our next opponent then will be I mean, that's as good as it gets. I mean, they're all relatively tough. They're all very similar sides. But, I mean, without the two big guns in there, you've got to like that. And Schalke and Hoffenheim, the two big guns left in, face each other. Oh, God, no. We've got to be favourites, right? We've got to be favourites at this point, surely. With my squad. It's a squad that will win the league next year if I'm not here, viewers. That's the situation we're in. But hopefully win it this year. There's so much to play for. This league campaign, like Leipzig, it's not a flashy team. Don't get me wrong, it's not an Inter, it's not an Arsenal, and it's not a Dortmund, right? But there's something special about this group of players, and I'm enjoying this. I think Dortmund losing their main striker, that's helpful. Really wants to know why he's not in the Euro squad. Ultimately, I preferred other players. He's devastated. Okay, we'll register at the next opportunity, which we can't. There's not an opportunity. So he's happy with that. He's loving that. Telling his mates, I'm being registered at the next opportunity. There's no opportunities. What? Offers have come in for Tielemans. Anderlecht to one of those teams. I kind of love it. Speaking of which, actually, Romelu Lukaku went back to Anderlecht and is absolutely loving life there. And I love that as well. Is football manager sometimes just gets it right, you know? All right, Bayern, 5-0 winners in their game. Dortmund, they're dropping points. Hertha Berlin, the enemy of the people, they've done pretty well. And then it comes down to this then. And this is the big game of the weekend. Schalke Leipzig. It's the late kickoff on the Saturday. And this depends, well, this forms a lot of things. Either side know that if they win the game, they will go top of the table and put themselves in pole position. And we have to be that team. And Bayern now, they've made it a 6-horse race for the title. A 6-horse race. And if I can let CABAYE go, that's what the title of the video would have been, probably. Just behind the curtain, viewers. Just letting you in. All right, the team is going to remain exactly the same, other than the fact that Marato is going to come in alongside Charlton, Turl and Victor Hugo up front, Martinov, Kleber, Fries, Luis Ricardo, Friesen, Marcus Paulo, and Adriano in goal. Come on. This is where we test this system more and more. Of course, the unlucky man in this maybe is Diallo, who has been playing pretty well this season, but he's not got the quality that Turl and Hugo have got up front. Burke there we can see, of course, and Martinov is against his former team, so he'll want to perform, you'd expect. Come on, we have a chance to go top here. A win. I want to win. Passionate. Come on. I've got faith in you. Make the difference. Come on, boys. I really want to win here. This is the one game this season. There's a lot of pressure on this, and I'm desperate for it. They've got an injury early on. He's picked up a knock, viewers. Free kick, Kleber to play it in from that side. As referee, penalty maybe. It's gonna VAR. It's interfering. I think Boss, I've been fouled. Yes, Shout. Hang on. It's a penalty. We've got one. Lovely stuff. As it's going to be Chris Turl, who scored one recently for me. Can he score another? He can. Chris Turl, massive finish from him. It's Leipzig 1, Schalke 0. That's what you want to see. Chris Turl with a lovely finish. Oh, come on. I looked over at the harmonica there and I thought, is it time, viewers? Speaking of which, actually, quite a few of you are getting Diego shirts this week. So if you have got one, Twitter, send me a picture. I'd love to see it. McKennie throws it in. Luis Ricardo's header clear isn't his best work. But you can sort of see how Kleber does sort of sit at the top of the diamond as that ball flies in towards Adriano. Although it's not a diamond, typically, it does still form a diamond. You can see there, like the 4 players that are sort of playing in that shape. It works quite nicely. Luis Ricardo sits a little bit deeper as well. It allows our fullbacks to push on, whereas before with the ball with the midfielder, not quite so much. As the ball inside, though, it's actually pretty good. And you consider how many players we've got there. It's weird that he had so much time and space to do just that. As Fris is trying to close down with everything he's got. Ball played into that back post, and it goes just wide. Adriano committed there, viewers. He was nearly on a different pitch. All right, building from the back again. And we're going to stay with this because I think tactically it's interesting to see just how we're approaching these. If we give the ball away like that, it doesn't matter what the tactic is. Who was it? Who was that? I mean, Adenis has scored, viewers. Not just your regular Adenis. Fris there to Kleber. Is it Kleber that gives it away? The least clever thing you could have done, mate. I mean, shocking. The finish is great, to be fair. I'll give him the credit. The finish is very good. That is frustrating, though. After starting the game really well, to one individual error, I can't. Okay, fine. They've got a corner now as well. Played in, front post. Oh, I want to win this one. I mean, you take a draw. Like, don't get me wrong, we'll take a draw, but winning's fun. That's going to count, is it? I'm furious, viewers. Oh, Victor Hugo's picked up a knock as well. He might not be able to carry on. Bruised ankle. Should be able to play through it, apparently. We'll see how he's doing at half-time as... it's so simple for them to score a goal like that. It's so simple. Victor Hugo's frustrated. That injury clearly affected him. We'll have to get him off, I think. Assertively. I mean, no, not assertively. Show me something else. That was weak. Militidis is going to come on for Victor Hugo. He plays that centre-forward role very similarly, actually. He's got attributes that match up pretty well in comparison. 5'9", though. Jumping reach, not great. I mean, that's not an area of his game that we can look forward to seeing too much of. But Chris Turl, I might false nine him here, viewers. We're trying to figure it out. I think it's dropping him a little bit deeper. It might get him involved a little bit more with the midfield. Highlight to begin the second half. Come on. Charlton with one of the worst balls forward you're probably going to see today. And Schalke are going to turn this round. Now, look, we've got players here that have got a point to prove. And lots of them are in the midfield right now. We've given them all a chance. As Martinov, you're an ex-player of theirs. Just remember that you don't actually play for them, mate. That'd be really helpful. As Schalke, with a bit of possession, you can see in the centre, the press is very, very good. They've got a little bit of space out wide. The switch is fantastic, and the shot was good too. We're going attacking. We're going for this a little bit more. We already play. It looks quite defensive, right, with those 3 midfielders set. So if we can get them pushing forward a bit more, that might be ideal. Demand more, Benny boy. Come on, we need half an hour. Come on, boys. Since their first goal, right, where we cocked up big time, it's been all Schalke. Viewers. 2 set pieces and a ridiculous giveaway. Okay. I guess this is football, viewers. We're stood around there looking fuming with ourselves, I'd like to think. Kleber's having a terrible game. Put Chris Turl in there. Get Diallo on. Another striker. Come on. Kleber's had a shocker. He's given the ball. I mean, I've bigged him up so much. He's been on set piece. He's done fantastic for me. He's the only player on the pitch, really, that was playing dreadfully. Quite a few boys not playing well, but he was playing dreadfully. Get creative, boys. Someone do something. Well, I mean, And Marilla comes on because clearly we can't trust the man that we've just signed. I don't know what's going on. I don't even feel like we've been. I mean, Crystal, last chance, tell, ball in, back post. Are we there? Come on, who's that? It's Morato. Right, 3-2. There's 4 minutes of added time. Let's get the point and get out. Tull's free kick is fantastic, to be fair. What a dangerous area to put a free kick. And we've now got a goal back. I hate when they score them. I love when we score them. They've got a chance. Can we counter from it? That's the real question. Ball played in again. Adriano claims. Now, can we see a little bit of late drama? I'm not sure we deserve it, viewers. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not sure we deserve it, but I will celebrate it like we do. As Fleesener on this side, he's got, oh man, if he can play it down the line, can he? No, he's going to have to go back inside. He's been challenged quite robustly. Goes into Luis Ricardo. We can get away with this big time and get ourselves a point from the game. Marcus Paulo, ball in. Melatidis, back out to Fleesener. It's going all over the shop, viewers, as they bring it away. I felt like this was guaranteed to be a highlighter for us as Freestone gets sent off. Not now. It's needless, mate. Absolutely needless. We're forcing them back once again. 3 minutes remain, and Schalke are the team coming forward. They can knock the stuffing out of me here with a late goal. The ball to the back post again. First time volleys. He's offside. 2.5 minutes to go. I mean, again, they've done that about 4 times now. The ball goes to that back post. It is so close. I mean, it's a great finish, to be fair. What a goal that is, but it's not going to count as Chris Tull, final minute of the game, to the back post again. I believed then, viewers. 30 seconds left. Let's face it, it's not going to happen, is it? Time is pretty much up as we throw it back into play. It has to happen, viewers, right now as Milutinov is racing forward with it. He finds Diallo. It could still happen, viewers. He tries to get past his man. Diallo score! He's actually done it! We've equalised in the last seconds of the game. The time was up, viewers. They kicked it out for a throw-in. I thought it was over. And somehow, someway, Milutinov has made the run, really. Diallo, out of nowhere, is beating his man. And I genuinely can't believe what's just happened. There's an electricity running through me, viewers. They've got a late corner. They've got why? Why is there a late... Why? They've got a late corner. Ball played in. You're kidding me. You're kidding. Oh, my. It's away. It's away. It's... There it is then. Schalke 3. Leipzig 3. Well, that's an episode, viewers. If you've enjoyed it, please drop a like on it. I can't believe it. You've done brilliantly to salvage a draw. You have. You've been... Not that I've been too nice there, viewers. You're right. I've been too nice again. But to score in the 90th... At the 95th minute, we had to make some changes. We went down. We stayed the big thing there, gang. Look, we stayed in the conversation. 42 points. It was a game we could not afford to lose. And so far, we've actually lost the least amount of games of anyone in the league so far this year. But, oh, I need to lie down, viewers. I need to lie down. If you enjoyed the video, I mentioned it before, please do drop a like on it. Your support has been tremendous recently. And if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss the next part of this journey. And I'll see you for it tomorrow, Saturday. That's right. Go on, why not? We love with care. If it's been until next time. Goodbye. Come on, boys. Wow.